It just so happens that most men are tramps.
I am my father's child, daddy's girl. And when I tell you that my father was a charmer, he was all of that and then some. Even during the time that he was married to his 2 wives after he and my mother divorced, yeah, he'd be out with my older brother and I, and daddy is giving the people what they want. Hey kids, watch this. Hey girl, yeah, you looking good. You wearing that dress? Yeah, in all the right places. We would stand by giggling as his target stood, flushed, gushing and blushing at his advances. Look at her. I just made her day. Now from here, either one of 2 things would happen. We'd either laugh and carry on with our day with daddy, or he'd get the digits and get right to work on wooing his next girlfriend or wife, who in turn would give we 3 amigos a place to live, money to use, and whatever else a young, handsome man could ever possibly want. And I stood by, amazed. My eyes taking it all in. I mean, my eyes are in fact my daddy's eyes. But this sweet smile, this is my mother's. And mama was half the serial dater that daddy was. I mean, I don't even think she dated after her and my father divorced. But I got to know mama a little better when I was 10 and my older brother was 12. And he and I went to live with mom and her roommate, Myrna, after daddy's wife number 3 threatened to kill his little bastards. Yeah, that heifer was crazy, okay? It didn't last long. They got married on Valentine's Day. I just remembered that. Anyway, don't get married on Valentine's Day. After about a year of living with mom and Myrna, she sat her 2 children down for a family meeting. Kids, there's something that I want to tell you. Myrna isn't just my roommate. We're partners. I mean, I love her. And, well, I'm gay. And we've been committed to each other for about 5 years now. Excuse me? Older brother just shrugged in all his teenage knowing. I know. But me, I was blown, okay? But D'Angelo Jarrett, the best singer in all of Truesdale Middle School, had just told me that he liked me. We can't be gay. I like boys. My older brother just sat there rolling his eyes, this chick. And mom stifled her laughter long enough to assure me, sweetheart, I'm gay. It's not hereditary. No? Yes, sweetheart. You can like all the boys you want. And I did. Crush after crush and short-term boyfriends throughout middle school and high school, finally landing a good guy my senior year. He was older than me and just an amazing dark chocolate piece of work. I loved him. And we were supposed to get married after being together for 3 years. And then I had a chance to observe him during one of his PlayStation marathons. His eyes glazed over. He may or may not have been high at the time. Or always. He was good to me, but he was no good for me. And it was at that moment that I thought, oh, hell no. This marriage thing is not for me. I am daddy's girl. And I hit the ground running. Out the gate. For years, I spent the next lifetime, what felt like a lifetime, really, just chasing after men and biblically coming to know a variety of them. I'm daddy's girl, and I'm giving the people what they want. There was Richard. Hey, baby, I'm a little short on my rent this month. Do you think that you could help a sister out? Oh, come on, baby girl. You know I got you. Whatever you need. Thank you. Malcolm, me and the girls, we're gonna take a little weekend away. Oh, come on. Come on. What do you need? You know, whatever you want. Ah, this is good. But then there was Richard. Nina, these last 2 months with you have been the best months of my life. Will you marry me? No. I was draining brothers dry, both in their hearts and their pockets. I mean, I'm daddy's girl. I had learned how to love them and leave them from the best. And I mean, men do this stuff to women all the time, right? Ladies? Y'all said, nah, ain't no punk, no. But I figured, well, if men could do it, then I could do it too. And then, damn it, something happened. I met Rollo during one of my nights out in the art scene in my local community. He's that dude who's well-dressed with a gorgeous smile. And so late night out, we're at Denny's, you know, I'm getting my 2x2 or whatever, bacon and eggs, grits. And he's that dude that's always harassing the servers, right? I mean, just entertaining everyone within earshot with his off-the-wall conversation, annoying the hell out of me in the meanwhile. He'd come with some stuff like this. I mean, I don't know what the point of Brazilian waxing is anyway. I mean, a woman's supposed to look like a woman, you know what I'm saying? Not some preteen. Who the hell said, he had a point, but who the hell says things like that in public? Oh my God. I never left a moment without letting him know that he annoyed me. And he'd just go on teasing. Girl, come on, quit playing. You know you love me. And so our banter went for months until one lowly night in 2006, it was a Thursday. I remember I was going through some things in my life and my entire world seemed to be falling apart. Lost house, lost car, that's pretty much your world falling apart, right? And so I'm at that same open mic and we're all there and I decide that this is one of those come to Jesus type moments, okay? And I take to the stage and announce to my family of friends and fellow artists that I'll be taking a hiatus as I need to get my life together and take some time to find out who I truly am. Mm-hmm. So I'm on the mic, singing a popular gospel song. Take my heart and make me over. There was not a dry eye in the place. And I leave out, exiting stage left, quite a dramatic exit, really, with my face still wet with tears. And now comes old Rollo behind me. Hey, if you're gonna be gone for a while, well, I'd still like to see you, and since you're gonna be having my kids one day, I'm gonna need to get in touch with you, right? Man, I'm not having your babies. I'm not even thinking about babies. And he goes on to tell me that his real name is Raphael something or another, and he figured that the future wife of his future children ought to know. I laughed, and somehow, through my heightened emotional state, I agreed to go ahead and give him my number. And don't you know, that bastard didn't even call. And 2 months later, when my phone rang, he was the last person that I expected to hear on the other line. Hey, it's Raphael, and today's my birthday. And since it's the 4th of July, you know, all of my friends are like with their families, and I'm kind of by myself. Hey, you wanna go grab a bite to eat? Well, clearly I was his last resort. This was new to me. But I said sure, but this isn't a date. And although it's not a date, you're gonna have to pay because I'm currently working as a waitress and the tips were kind of low today. And, oh, you're gonna need to pick me up because I'm in between cars right now, too. I told y'all my shit have fallen apart, okay? But somehow, he agreed. All right. So later on, while I'm thinking and getting ready for the night, you know, I'm putting myself together, I'm thinking, remembering his nice suits and his fancy shoes, and I'm like, aha, this is just what I need, my next exploit. Kind of a little something to get me back on my feet. And then he picks me up in his late model Jeep Cherokee. Not exactly the baller status that I had in mind, but that night was the beginning of an amazing friendship. From that night, he became my sounding board, my chauffeur, and my unpaid, because I couldn't pay nobody nothing, personal assistant. I mean, this brother was there for me in every way that I ever needed. And all the while, I felt a twinge in my heart. The night he was telling me, you know, I've always been the good guy. I'm that dude that, you know, gives too much, you know, always giving more than I get out of relationships. I done wasted way too much money on these chicks that I knew I had no business spending time with. I was a little embarrassed to hear him spitting back my personal MO. I mean, this is what I've been doing to brothers for years. And here, I found myself thinking, well, Nina, he's so sweet. Maybe this time, you'll do something different. Oh, no. No. Was my heart betraying me? I mean, we don't fall in love. I am my father's child, right? I mean, I had spent years watching my father do this to women, and I refused to be one of them chicks. I was going to be the burner, not the burnee. Huh. But then, I thought about my mom and Myrna. Those two good old lesbos. And how they loved each other so deeply. And how that was, amazingly enough, the most structured family arrangement I'd ever been a part of. Huh. But no, I'm my father's child. We are not going to fall in love with this dude. And so, what happened is, we continued spending months together. I mean, nights out, he'd take me here and there. And one night, he ended up telling me all of his hopes and his dreams, how he dreamed of opening up a line of men's boutiques. He wanted to teach brothers to dress the part to get the part. Impressive. And for one moment, I found myself thinking about what I could do to help him achieve his dreams, instead of thinking about what he could do for me. This cannot be happening to me. And in the moments that I've decided that this is too much for me, or I'm not ready for this relationship thing, he'd remain his cool and confident self. That's all right, don't even worry about it. I already prayed and I know you're supposed to be my wife, so whenever you're ready, I'll be right here. Just get your stuff together and don't make me wait too long. Ironically enough, he was wearing me down. It's that smile, that bastard, it's that smile. And I realized that maybe he was everything that I needed him to be, and that I could possibly be everything that he needed me to be. Maybe love didn't have to go up in flames at all. Within the next year, he and I were engaged. Outside of a Cracker Barrel. He literally proposed to me. Right? And we started with breakfast, and then we be for real about our breakfast. Don't even play our grits in the head. That grandpa's special, catfish on the side, yes. He knows the way to my heart. Clearly, I wasn't his size when we got together. But, and then 2 years after that, we were married. And this year, we will be celebrating our 6th anniversary. After all these years of thinking that I was a daddy's girl, find out I'm more like my mama after all.